I recently built an AI assistant bot that I could interact with in Slack because I wanted a better way to solve for all the different admin-heavy tasks that I was involved in. It's able to draft email responses for me automatically when an email comes into my inbox. It helps me prep for meetings, and after a sales call, this is the best part, it can even push the transcript into Asana. It then assigns that task to my sales assistant AI teammate, and then it drafts an SOW for me. Everyone's talking about building all of these agents and claiming to have automated their jobs away where they don't have to do anything, but I haven't actually seen a good use case of this working in the real world for someone in my position. My problem was that my agent was not connected to Slack, my HubSpot, my Asana, my Google Drive, my fellow AI note taker through their MCP server without anyone ever vetting the tool, approving the tool, or testing it. So while I built something useful for myself, I built it without any guardrails at all. Sound familiar? And though this was a big step towards increased productivity, it actually left me with more problems because it left 1, my data exposed, and 2, it created a huge governance gap at Cirface. So I'm going to share what we did at Cirface, how it impacted us, and why you should probably be paying attention to what's happening behind the curtains of your own company. So a few months ago, we did something that we should have done a long time ago. We reviewed our entire team. We put surveys out to everybody. We inventoried every single AI tool, and we reviewed even the vendors that we were sharing our data with. So here are the results. And while they're not surprising, they were actually concerning and caused us to take action. So we found about 15 AI tools in use across the company, and only 3 of them had ever been approved, one of them being Claude, of course. We then found that 7 people were putting client personal data or financial data into these different AI tools. And then there were 3 people who were doing company work on their own personal Claude accounts. And then one of our solutions engineers even said that they weren't even sure what they were allowed to do and what they weren't allowed to do. More results from the survey showed that 9 of our 15 people wanted clear rules around how to use these tools, what data can go where, and 7 of them expected that, when we did roll out these policies, they feared that they'd be so restrictive, we'd actually take away the tools that they've now come to rely on. And we didn't want that to happen, but of course, as an organization, you have to think about what makes sense for the business. Now, what came next is not something that I particularly enjoy, but it was something that was really necessary. We created our governance program at Cirface. And so what that included was an AI acceptable use policy. This was written for our client operations, how we worked. It was written around our tools, and it was written around the different data types that we interacted with every single day. The next thing we did was created an information classification framework that was mapped to our data. So again, what's safe to go where so that someone has something to reference every single time they're thinking about putting data inside of a tool. Then, and this is something you can do, we actually built an approved tool register. So we evaluated every single tool. We evaluated if AI was turned on in that tool automatically, if it was something that, we could opt out of, and if we actually needed AI to have access to our data. And then even to go further, what was that tool doing with our data? Were they training their models? Were they making it available to others? They even say it in the bottom there, AI can make mistakes. And we see it all the time when it hallucinates. If we can't rely on that data and know exactly what it has access to, again, we're leaving ourselves exposed. The next thing we created was a customer-facing AI disclosure statement. So this is something that for proposals, for contracts, websites, I mentioned earlier that my fellow AI note taker helps me to create SOWs. So we want to share with our customers, hey, when you share this information with us on sales calls, we're actually using that to build your SOWs. That's really important that we disclose that information. We then created our vendor and third-party AI requirements index response runbook. It's a mouthful, I know, but this is a playbook where we can say which vendors have access to our data when we share our data with those vendors, namely AI, or we're recently members of the Claude Partner Network. What are they doing with our data as well? We had to put guardrails around that because we owe it to our customers to protect all that data. And all of this would be nothing without actually training our team. So we got our team together. They knew all this work was happening. They've received the surveys, they've submitted them. And so we wanted to make sure we trained everyone on our team so that we could roll this out to our staff and make sure that we were remaining compliant. Now, I know I just shared with you a lot. One thing you can actually do today is get started creating that approval tool list. Go through all your tools, figure out what systems have access to your data, which ones have AI turned on automatically, which ones need to have AI turned on. If you can opt out of it, do that. If you need help beyond that, that's exactly why we're here. We want to help you to create that AI governance system within your company. So reach out, leave me a comment, ask a question, send an email. We'd be happy to chat with you, because the truth is that AI tools are changing every single day. The people that work for you, they're likely not going to tell you every single time they sign up for a new trial or they, put your data into one of those tools. And so you want to be able to say confidently, hey, yes, you can use this tool. Hey, if you want to evaluate a tool, don't steer away from it. We have a process for that. If you are unclear about anything that I shared today, leave a comment. Ask a question. I respond to every single one of these. Please share this with someone. Share this with your IT team. Share this with your manager. If you have a tool that you want to look at, make sure that you are doing your part to protect yourself. As always, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.